From the beginning, I knew that I wanted to become a digital illustrator. I started watching different YouTubers and watching anime. Drawing with Jazza was one of my biggest inspirations at the time, as was the anime Dragon Ball Z. I had an intense obsession with it. For quite some time, I didn't have a drawing tablet, nor did I have a powerful computer. I used Paint Tool Sci to draw with my mouse using vector layers. I had absolutely no idea how anatomy, color, line width, perspective, or any other rule worked. I was met with interesting results, to say the least. I still cannot believe how long it took me to draw each individual brick using the line vector tool. It took absolute ages, but I was very, very proud. Yum. I was so happy with this. I thought I was being extremely deep with the whole message of drinking kills. Furthermore, I sucked at drawing limbs, so I decided that limbless people will be my art style for this one drawing. I got my first and only drawing tablet. I've been drawing with this bad boy for a whole 6 years now. I still use Clip Studio Paint, which came bundled with the tablet too. Psst, psst. You clicking that subscribe button would be jaw-dropping. Moving along, the drawings really shot up in quality ever since I acquired this magical drawing gadget. They were not close to being good, but they were better. I dedicated a large chunk of my free time to watching different YouTube tutorials, learning anatomy, perspective, and not drawing women. This gender-bent Hisoka illustration haunts me and my friends to this day. Some other highlights would be the Joseph Joestar and several Tower of God artworks. I was getting better. I remember this year was when I started to believe in my artistic abilities. I was still heavily enamored with Dragon Ball Z, but also Hunter x Hunter and JoJo. My line art was starting to become more refined, my anatomy had grown substantially, but one issue that I was facing was diversity. I could not for the life of me draw girls, landscapes, or animals. I was stuck illustrating big, buff, magical men. On the JoJo and DBZ Amino communities, I started getting attention with different character mashups, which was a lot of fun and very rewarding for my younger self. Also, did anyone else use Amino? I think I was a curator on the Tower of God Amino, maybe? I'm not sure, but I was heavily invested into it. I remember getting so much love and support for this Gohan drawing, maybe I should redraw it. I still really like the vibe of it. Oh, I did. I was still figuring myself out. I wasn't sure how I wanted to create harding, drying, painting. I was discovering stuff. I was slowly getting better at drawing things I sucked at though. I am still extremely proud of myself for not being afraid to go outside of my comfort zone and tackle the subjects that were the hardest for me to grasp. Some highlights would be this redraw of an older drawing and this Gogeta, which was my magnum opus at the time. I was so darn proud of the effects and the shading of the whole drawing. Whew. My line art became a lot better. I was hesitant to stick to one line style, but I was discovering the beauty of texture. Also these thick thighs. Groundbreaking news. I'm getting pretty good. This was in 10th grade. I was finally considered the artist of my class, which was a huge honor. The overall quality of my art exploded. There are still drawings I'm very much proud of to this day. Like, look at this sad little snowman. One cigarette a day keeps the snowman dead. Or this Attack Titan portrait. Is my friend's favorite illustration of mine to this day. Giorno here paved the way for my ability to paint alrightish, after which I created several more paintings of this sort. I was getting the hang of values and overall quick ways to make an illustration pop. Here's an illustration of my D&D group at the time. I dabbled in some comic creation as well as landscape art. What I was really proud of about this year was that my magical effects had gotten much better. Fire now looked like fire, different auras also looked more intermediate. I also started an Instagram account around this time. The prospect of becoming a freelance illustrator in the future really motivated me to keep on drawing. I began tackling more of my issues. For the past few years, I really focused most of my efforts on portraits and some full-body anime character illustrations, but I wanted more. Epic landscapes, gigantic scale, emotion, creativity. I was getting tired of this niche I was in. I still mostly drew fan art, but I was once again exploring. I discovered Derek Dominic D'Souza, who showed how easy it can be to create an amazing looking landscape. My obsession with cool background art actually began with him. So here is a collection of the different scenes I created. I reached the point where random people genuinely like my art. The overall quality, while not industry level yet, is something I'm proud and happy with. I continue to study landscape art and generally improve my portraits. Some highlights are these. I call this one Big smoke. Look at these cute birdies. This Cult of the Lamb fan art turned out absolutely insane, as did this Percy. I'm in absolute love with the colors. What followed was this Caliph fan art from the same series, which is also super vibrant. Last but not least is this do this in your own style I participated in. I created my favorite fan arts this year, illustrated some of the D&D campaign I was playing, finished my local art school, but there was an issue, which I will mention in. There is one person that has single-handedly shaped all of 2023 for me, and that is Jocelyn Carmes. I cannot explain the number of good emotions I feel when scrolling through his Instagram feed, so I'm trying to create like him. Something clicked with this drawing from last year. Ever since, creating landscapes has become much easier. So far, I'm very happy with the few that I have actually made, but I can see myself falling into the trap of only drawing natural landscapes, completely avoiding cityscapes. I'm finishing my high school, and finding a job in art is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. To sum up this video though, I wasn't a very talented kid. I didn't have innate drawing abilities. What I did have was a whole lot of drive and the thirst for improvement. While I wanted to see results fast, I always tried to follow the advice of the YouTubers I was watching at the time. Learn the fundamentals, and that which you will create will rise. I never really tried to take many shortcuts. I just spent a lot of time studying. This year, I wish to build a small following on YouTube by teaching things I know and by sharing the ways of learning the things I don't know with all of you. I plan on focusing mostly on landscape art, but only time will tell how that will go. If you'd like to support me, you can click the link in the description. I'd be honored. But for now, have a nice day.